The grey clouds loomed above us, the helicopters hovered, cutting ways through the sky of a grey dread. I looked at the clouds, they seemed dead. It was Gleneagles Hotel, it was a place of mistrust. Units of crack police were spread, commanders' struts as if men are led from every corner of the world, misled and keen to smash a few heads. They were the best of the best, and the fences were up, and aye, they was looking robust. And as if that wasn't enough, the castle inside was heavily fortified, and the cavalry stood proud. I'd seen it with my own eyes. It was a solid, strong army in my mind forever immortalised. There was 500 or more coppers that shan't be thrown aside, but we marched towards a dark force, 1,000 strong hearts against some deep thoughts. We felt forced to march against this oppression, to make the government change course. We went headed into Mordor, and this was our war. Yes, the fight was intense, but those at the front more hardcore. Mum and me stood at the back because we thought we had more sense. Yeah, we were many, but it was still just a ragtag army, and I was young and Mum didn't want them to harm me. The dogs started barking as we got closer to the gates. The atmosphere got thick, and then the clouds started darkening. Men got to shouting. Pigs roared in response. The fences started shaking and then swaying back and forth. It looked like the wall may fall. An officer let out a call. He yelled at the rioters to halt, but nobody even stalled. Then the droids opened up the gate and opened up a world full of hate, grabbing and shoving folk and throwing them behind them. It was a dark and steady line full of black and heavy cloaks that just swallowed them right up whole. You couldn't even see beyond the helmets. You could only hear your comrades scream. You know what? That sounds like a real world leader's justice to me. The frontline coppers came in swinging with their beaten bars to the nice-sounding tune of a protester's guitar. They created space and kept the crowd afar, so our guys could get up close. So then they all started taking turns at who could throw the most. Bottles and stones, that was the weapons that they chose, plus a bin for good measure. Those for peace voiced their displeasure at the turning of events. The atmosphere indeed was getting tense, so the coppers took their next steps to quell this disrespect. Helmets heavy on their neck, they formed a tight defence. Then they charged with all sticks swinging, but the people in the front, they were ready. The rioters, we stood steady, many prepared for this already. Coppers were dragged to the side, put to the ground and thrown to the side. For a second, the droids were surrounded, so they released the hounds. Animals trained to hurt, put the dog and the horse to work. The ground beneath me quaked, I felt the whole field shake. As the hoofs of the horses stamped down on the grass, the police line then politely let them pass. Now obediently picking up pace, the cavalry now was coming in fast. Then they galloped towards the brawl with helmets, batons and shields and all. They came at us from the right-hand side. We all knew we were being flanked, and even those of us that were peaceful would soon be getting attacked. Terror rose in our midst, and all we could do was witness. It all just happened so fast. Police didn't give two shits. They was slicing through this crowd. They was looking for people to hit. They was colliding with panicked bodies. A woman and a man got flipped. One disappeared right under a horse. The rider showed no remorse. One stood cockier than all the rest, leading the slugger with a puffed up chest, officer written all over his vest. Clearly, he was looking for a challenge, but one that he could manage. A healthy man in his 20s hurled some insult at him. Well, guess what? You can guess it, he's had it. The officer leans right over the right-hand side of his ride to swing his baton right around the inside of this man's little noggin. His wee head cracked like an eggshell. He turned to flee as if running from hell, but spurting of his head and covering others as well. It all happened so fucking quick, because punishment from the wicked is swift. My mum grabbed my arm looking stressed, though we dashed into the town to look for a lift. We got out of there, you guess what? Quick. Thank you.